Kermit the Frog here, and I've got a really great story for you today. It's called The Muppet Musicians of Bremen. And in case you're wondering, Bremen is a little town in Louisiana, about 4 miles north of Gogolala. Now, the story began one day in an old farmyard. Into the yard clopped a donkey named Leroy. Now, Leroy was pretty old and pretty tired because he'd spent the day pulling a great big wagon full of sacks. Now, driving the wagon was a mean man named Mordecai Sledge.
Get up! I want to get home!
Now, that's Mordecai.
We is home.
And that's Leroy.
Hold on now! We is home! Whoa!
Now, the fact is that Mordecai was the leader of a band of robbers, and he was just getting back from the railroad yards where he and his friends had been stealing stuff out of boxcars.
Now, let's see. This looks like a fine mess of stealing we did. Sure was fun whipping this stuff out of that boxcar when the guard wasn't looking.
The guard wasn't looking because they stuffed him into a drain pipe.
Didn't have time to see what we was stealing, though. Hope it's jewels and stuff. Let's just open these sacks and see. What the plunge is this? A tuba? A trumpet? What you call it, banjo? We just stole a whole shim-shamin' gar-snarkered orchestra. This junk ain't worth nothing. It's all your fault, Leroy.
My fault?
And old Mordecai, he picked up the tuba and threw it at poor Leroy.
Ouch!
And it landed around the poor donkey's neck.
Leroy, if you could pull a wagon faster than a hog can waller in slops, we could have found some good stuff to steal before the guard got unstuffed from the drain pipe.
Actually, I was on the guard side.
You about as much good to me as a pot with no bottom. It's time for you to retire.
Retire? I'd love to retire.
I'm gonna go in the house and get my gun and retire you proper.
But not that way. Before he gets a chance to retire me, I just think maybe I'll quit.
Okay, Leroy, I got my gun. This is it.
But Leroy didn't like the look of that gun, so he gave his old master what you might call a little bit of a push.
Ah!
And Mordecai fell in the horse trough.
So long, Mr. Sledge, sir.
Why, you meeble preg fudge duster! You stun winder! I'll have your fucking house!
Now, a little while later, I was sitting on a fence post by an old farm road when who should come trudging along but Leroy the donkey. He was still pulling his wagon, and he was still carrying that tuba around his neck, and he was looking mighty draggy.
Well, this rips her. Here I am on the road to nowhere. No roof to sleep under, no oats to eat. I'd give old Mordecai 18 years of hard work. And what have I got to show for it?
Oh, you got that wagon.
Who said that? Oh, hey there, Mr. Frog.
Hey, yourself, Mr. Donkey. I said at least you got that there wagon there.
Oh, yeah, I got the wagon, and it's mighty hard pulling, I can tell you.
I suppose. But you got that there, what you call, tuba, too.
You mean this big kind of twisty funnel thing? I don't even know what it's for.
Oh, it's for music.
Music? How do you play it?
I just blow good and hard into the small end there.
You're kidding.
No, go ahead and give her a toot.
Okay, but I feel like a jackass.
Well, that kind of figures. Very good.
What do you mean, good? That weren't music. That were honking.
Well, yeah, that's true enough, but you got to do a little melody like, like, boop, boop, ba-da, bum, 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 kind of a
Hey,
doot,
I
doot,
think
doot,
I
doot.
gotcha. Let me try.
Gee, that was great. Quit your kidding now. You're really a traveling musician, aren't you?
Who, me? Nah.
Well, you should be. Everybody would like to hear you play that horn.
They would?
Why, sure. There must be 1,000,000 donkeys in the world, and I bet you're the only one who can play the tuba.
Yeah. Why not? I could be a traveling musician. Why, I might even go to some of the big cities like Bremen or Gogolala. And wherever I go, I can play for folks. I'll play for the farmers and villagers and the townsfolk, and they'll give me things to eat and places to sleep at night, and they'll just love me all to crazy. Hee-haw! I'm a traveling musician.
Well, there he goes, on the road to fame and Gogolala.
I'm on the road to somewhere, take my tuba along with me. I'm on the road to somewhere, it's a lovely place to be. I'm on the road to fortune, I'm the only one around who can play on old man tuba with a hee-haw sound. I'm a traveling musician, just the best there be. I'm a traveling musician, a tuba playing donkey with the hee-haw-hee.
Now, the next morning, in an old farmyard near Bremen, a rangy, tired old rooster sat on a windowsill of his chicken coop, trying to wake up. He was supposed to crow at sunrise to wake up his master, the farmer Lardpork, but he had overslept.
Oh, dang, I'm late again. And here comes Farmer Lardpork.
Yes, sir. Lardpork was waddling across the chicken yard, wearing his night clothes. Now, Lardpork was a little overweight, kind of chubby, stout. Actually, he looked like a pig in pajamas.
There he is, elf of the bayou.
TR, that's the second time this week I've missed my breakfast on account of you.
I thought he was looking kind of scrawny.
But I'm telling you, this ain't gonna happen no more. You ain't good for nothing round the barn no more, but you just might be kind of tasty around the white meat.
Oh, boy.
Lardpork reached out a great fat hand to grab the rooster, but TR flew off around the corner of the barn.
Come back here, bad dogs. There's gonna be rooster stew for lunch.
And with that, old Lardpork went waddling off looking for his axe. Isn't that terrible? Now, just at that moment, old Leroy the donkey came trotting down the road that ran right behind Lardpork's barn.
Well, now, here's a right nice-looking little farm. Wonder if anyone would like to hear a traveling musician around here. Now, look at who's hiding behind the rain barrel. Hidey, Mr. Rooster.
Shush up.
Why should I shush? I'm a traveling musician. Don't you love me all to crazy?
I'll beat you all to pieces if you don't shush up. Come closer and I'll explain.
I'm listening, Mr. Rooster.
My name's TR, and right now TR stands for Terrified Rooster.
How come?
It's my master, the farmer Lardpork. He's out to get me in a stew pot.
You don't mean...
Yep, if Lardpork catches me now, my head'll go north and the rest of me'll be bound for Dixie.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, fearsome way to die, son. No funeral, no coffin, just dumplings.
Listen, my old master, he wanted to do me in too, so I is runned away, and now I'm a traveling musician.
Traveling musician? You mean you was wandering around the countryside singing for your supper?
That's the idea. Might even go to Bremen town. Got me a whole wagon load of musical instruments.
Well, put me in overshoes and call me a duck. Hey, you got a banjo?
I got one just your size.
Give me that thing. Everyone knows that TR stands for Traveling Rooster. Come on, Leroy. Let's go.
Go it is.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, What? Wait a minute. We gotta get from here before you winds up in a stew.
I know, but I just can't leave without saying goodbye to the girls.
Girls? What girls is that?
TR didn't answer. He just flapped his wings and flew through the window into the chicken coop. And inside was a whole flock of old bitty hens.
Hi-ho, gals.
What are you in?
Larkpork was just here looking for you.
Had an axe with him.
Wonder why? Axe, huh? Oh, well, forget about him, girls. Tell me, how are all my little bitty bitties today? Oh, just laying around as usual, I see.
What a thing to say.
Oh, just have to come in here once in a while and egg you on. Oh, now, gals, I got an announcement. Yeah, the fact is, I'm leaving you.
But you can't mean it.
Now, it ain't your fault. Oh, gals, the fact is, well, old Lard Park has his eye set on me and his stomach set on my drumsticks.
Oh, no.
And that's the way it is. Now, when I was a lad, just out of the shell, I thought that life was a bottomless well. But as time went on and the years flew by, I learned at last that the well runs dry. You can start out life with a cock-a-doodle-doo, but you still wind up as a chicken stew, just swimming in gravy. Carrots and collards, old man Lard Park, gumming on my gumbo. That's why I'm singing the cock-a-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle blues. Now, I love you gals, a great big bunch, but I won't wind up as Lard Park's lunch. I love you all, but it's plain to see, I better leave you now, or it's fricassee. Swimming in gravy, carrots and collards, old man Lard Park, gnawing on my knee bones. That's why I'm singing the cock-a-doodle-doodle-doodle blues. Oh, Henny, the stories we could tell. Yeah, I remember the days when you and me could keep on dancing till 3:30. We had Alaman left, we had Alaman right, we'd swing out partners half the night. And just to make sure that nothing was missing, we'd cuddle all up for a little kissing. I remember it all. I have to say, I remember it all like yesterday.
It was yesterday, you old faker.
Oh, so it was, by golly. So, gals, I've come for to say goodbye with a lump in my throat and tear in my eye. I love y'all, but it's plain to see I better leave you now or it's fricassee. Swimming in gravy, carrots and collards, old man Lard Park, wishing on my wishbone. That's why I'm singing. That's why he's singing the cock-a-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle blues. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle blues.
TR.
Lard Park.
I got my axe, TR.
And Lard Pork swung his axe, but he missed. TR flew into the air, headed for the window, and the hens flew into the air, headed for Lard Pork. And while a big old farmer wallowed around among the flying hens, TR jumped into the wagon and got away.
Make like a racehorse, Leroy.
Dang, my lunch escaped.
And so the traveling musicians took to the road.
I'm a traveling musician. Down the road I go. I'm a traveling musician. A banjo picking chicken, just the best I know. We're the traveling musicians. We're the only two. We're the traveling musicians.
I told me playing donkey.
Banjo picking chicken. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Cock-a-doodle, cock-a-doodle. We're the only two.
What is that?
Look, over there.
Hey there, hound dog.
What you doing that for?
'Cause I'm sad.
Yeah, well, we kind of figured you sad, but why?
'Cause I'm old. I'm beat up. I'm wore away, and I'm throwed out.
That's mighty sad, all right.
Who throwed you out?
Mean Floyd.
Why'd Mean Floyd throw you out?
'Cause I'm old, I'm beat up, I'm wore away.
Yeah, we got that part. How'd it happen, though?
Oh, it was last night. Whew, we had a wicked piece of weather around these parts last night, and old Mean Floyd, he don't care much for wicked weather. He was sitting in his shack, kind of scared like.
It's storming some tonight. Oh, it's a bad night out there. There's ghosts walking out there, I bet you. Ghosts are coming up out of the ground, waiting for a body. I could hear the ghost of breathing. Look at that. There's a ghost. There's a ghost behind that there bed there. Rover Joe, you old hound dog. Hey, get this ghost, boy. Rover Joe. Oh, that dang dog is gone. Get out, you ghost. Get.
Now, the fact is, I weren't gone at all. I were asleep behind the bed, just a snoring away. Old Mean Floyd, he thought I was a ghost. He started sneaking up on me real quiet. But then things got noisier, 'cause he stepped on my tail.
Please, Mr. Ghost. Oh, don't kill me, Mr. Ghost. Oh, please. Where you going now? You ain't no ghost. You're Rover Joe. Why, you beat up, worn away old hound dog. You can go live with the ghost, you useless mutt.
And he chucked me out the window without even opening it first. I had to spend the whole night out here.
Did you see any ghosts out there?
Not unless you two fellers is ghosts.
Heck no. We is traveling musicians, off to seek our fortune and go to Bremen town.
Boy, I wished I could do something like that.
Well, fry my feet and call them drumsticks. Why don't you join us?
Oh, you wouldn't want me. I'm old. I'm beat up. I'm worn away.
Yeah.
Hey, that don't matter none. We're all old.
Why, you're as welcome as garbage in a pig pen, Rover Joe.
Come on and join us.
Oh, you fellers is so nice. Thank you.
No thanks needed, Rover Joe. By the by, how are you with the trombone?
I'm very good with a ham bone.
If you practice a little bit, I think you'll see the difference between the two of them.
Hop aboard the wagon, Rover Joe. You can practice while you ride.
And so Rover Joe practiced while he rode. And pretty soon he was playing that old trombone pretty well.
We're the traveling musicians. We're the three alone. We're the traveling musicians.
Just a playing on my shiny, slidey kind of thing that has a funny name, sort of like ham bone.
Boys got away with the lyric.
The traveling musicians continued on down the road, and pretty soon they came to an old, run-down graveyard. And there, lying on a gravestone, was a cat.
Will you look at that?
Ain't that sad now?
It's a lady cat and she's dead.
No, I ain't.
You ain't? You sure look like a lady cat.
She means she ain't dead, Rover Joe. Pay no mind to him, ma'am. There ain't too much hay in his loft, if you know what I mean.
There's no hard feelings, honey. And call me Catgut.
Well, howdy, Miss Catgut, ma'am. What you doing sitting around this spooky old graveyard?
Fact is, I may not be dead, but I'm waiting to die. And you boys might as well leave me alone.
Aw, don't say that, ma'am. Why, we is traveling musicians, and we'd be mighty pleased to...
Sorry, donkey, honey. Old Catgut ain't interested in no musicians no more. I done sung my last song.
Well, come on, boys. No use arguing.
Well, now everybody left me, and I'll soon be dead and gone. I said everybody left me, and I'll soon be dead and gone. Oh, your ever-loving Catgut, she done sung her last song.
What's that I'm hearing then?
Oh, gosh, Miss Lady Cat, don't talk about dying like that.
Oh, you boys are sweet. But you know a cat kind of likes to die in private, if you know what I mean.
Well, come on, Rover Joe. Ladies got her rights.
Well, now no one care about the story. The story I
Listen,
could
we
tell.
care about the dagnab story. Now, will you tell it to us?
Well, honey, if you're going to be like that about it, I will.
At last.
I's all ears, ma'am.
Yes, indeed.
Boys, I have come on hard times. I got more troubles than a cabbage got leaves. Still, I guess I'd be all right today if I hadn't made friends with the rats.
You made friends with rats?
That's right. You see, ever since I was a little bit of a kid, I done lived in this great big old house owned by a man named Caleb Siles. I spent about 8.5 of my 9 lives out in Caleb's pantry. You see, that was my job, to keep the rats out of the pantry. But the years done drug on so, and finally, I just wasn't up to it no more. So I called all the rats in the pantry together for a meeting.
What's going on?
Okay, boys, thank you for coming today. I just wanted to tell you that from now on, this pantry is yours. I'm just too old to chase you no more.
No offense meant, Miss Catgut, but how do we know we can trust you?
Now, why shouldn't you be able to trust me? I'm a critter just like you. It's that mean old Caleb Siles you can't trust. I fought the fight for 13 years, working for that Caleb Siles. I chased the rats for 13 years, and lover, baby, that's a while. In all that time, old Caleb Siles never give me nothing. And if I left a rat around, he knock out all my stuffing. I know my friends, I know my foes, I know my joys, and I know my woes. I know old Caleb's mean as ice, and I know all you rats is kinda nice. You gotta know your friends, boys. You gotta know your friends.
You mean you and them rats were dancing in the pantry?
Honey, we was cutting it up real fine.
But what about your master, Caleb Siles?
Well, that was the trouble. He was listening at the pantry door. I know my friends. I know my foes. I know my joys, and I know my woes. I know Siles is mean as ice, and I know all you rats is kinda nice. You gotta know your friends, boys. You gotta know your friends.
Catgut,
It's Caleb.
you scrawny old she-cat. You done sung your last song.
So he grabbed me by the tail and he tossed me in a rain barrel. that's why I'm here, just waiting to die.
Well, bind my beak and call me tongue-tied. That is some story.
But you can't just sit here and wait to die, Miss Lady Cat.
What else is there for me?
Well, let's put it this way. Can you play a trumpet?
Are you kidding?
So Katka joined the group, and the 4 traveling musicians of Bremen were together at last.
I'm on the road to somewhere, got my trumpet along with me. I'm on the road to somewhere, it's a lovely place to be. We're on the road to fortune, we're the only 4 around. We can swing out old man music with the wailing glory sound. We're the traveling musicians, we're the only 4. We're the traveling musicians.
People playing donkey.
Fancy picking chicken.
A trombone huffing duck.
A trumpet puffing kitten.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Meow, meow.
We're the huffing, puffing, playing, picking, donkey, cat, and dog, and chicken barnyard band.
Oh, yeah.
It was night. The full moon was rising. The traveling musicians may have been on the road to somewhere, but that somewhere turned out to be a swamp, and they were mighty unhappy.
I'm hungry.
Ain't we all?
I wish this here trombone was a ham bone.
It's just about supper time, ain't it? We should be finding them pretty soon.
Who we expecting to find, honey?
Why, a family, of course. When they hear our music, they'll love us all to crazy.
Not much chance of that.
If we find a family in this swamp, there'll be a family of alligators.
No, ma'am. Why, somewhere around here there's a lovely farm couple and a bunch of pretty children, and they'll invite us in for ham and sweet potato.
Ham? They got ham? Where is these folks?
They ain't nowhere, honey. Old Leroy just made 'em up.
Make it up again, Leroy. They's nice folks.
A mother, a father, a daughter, a son, a family together, the 4 of them one. They gather at evening to laugh and to pray. The light of their love can turn night into day. They meet us, they greet us, they share what they own. By sharing and caring, we'll not be alone. A family together, the 4 of them one. A mother, a father, a daughter, a son.
Leroy, honey, that was sickening.
Now, face it, Leroy, we took the wrong road. There ain't a farmhouse for miles round here.
Then what's that?
By jangles, it's a light twinkling behind them trees. That's the farmhouse, just like I said.
Looks like a farmhouse.
Yes, sir, that old family's probably setting down to supper right now. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, but this is swamp country.
Let's go, let's go.
No one lives around here but ugly, mean thieves and robbers.
Let's not go.
Well, let's go, all right, but let's sneak up real quiet and look around careful like.
It's a good idea, and we'll find out who lives in that house before we bust in on them.
So they all sneaked down to the house in the woods. It was really just an old barn, but a light burned warmly in the window.
Well, here we is at the lovely family's house. Now let's peek in the window.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? They got the shade drawn shut.
Yeah, but you can see the shadows of some folks moving around.
Looks like folks sitting down at a table. Oh, I wish I could hear.
If the four musicians had been able to hear what was going on inside, they would have been mighty surprised. The animals' old masters were inside that house.
All right, let's get this clagging meeting underway. You ready, Caleb? Lord Pork, Mean Floyd?
Oh, I tell you, Mordecai, we shouldn't be meeting like this in the swamp tonight.
Darn it and clunge it, Mean Floyd. We gotta split up the loot from the robberies.
But tonight's a full moon, and the swamp demons is out for sure.
You is a yellow-bellied coward, Mean Floyd.
Oh, yeah? Well, you just wait till a slime serpent slithers in here and bites you on the leg. You wait till then.
Slime serpents, ha! They ain't the swamp demons that scare me. It's those terrible flying bush bats I hate.
That's nothing. The worst swamp demon of them all is the tree troll with his big wooden club.
I always heard about the muck monsters with claws like razors and fire.
Let's get out of here.
Hold it! This is dumb. Now we got work to do. Start with the fudge bludgeon ghost story.
Oh, ain't no ghosts around here.
Right.
The swamp demon scared them all away.
Shut up, Mean Floyd. Now, here's the money from the bank we hid over at Bonder Springs. Let's see what we got.
And with that, Mordecai hoisted a big sack up onto the table and started cutting it open with a big knife. Now, outside, the traveling musicians were looking at the silhouettes of the robbers on the window shade, and this is what they thought they were seeing.
There they is. The lovely family at the supper table with the papa carving the ham.
What's happening there now? Okay, here's everybody's share of the money.
I hope you don't mind if I count mine myself.
I just counted it.
You didn't you? Think I'll count mine, too.
Me too.
It's just like you thieving, sneaking cheats not to trust one of your own kind.
The four robbers sat hunched over their piles of coins, counting greedily to themselves. But that isn't what the traveling musicians thought was happening.
Isn't it lovely? That beautiful family, they saying grace.
Oh, isn't that touching? Wait now, something else is happening in there.
All right, let's get on to the next piece of business.
Fine. Let's divide up that stuff we stole off the boxcar t'other day.
Oh, that stuff. Listen, let's forget about that stuff.
What do you mean, forget about it?
Well, they weren't no good. Just a bunch of horns and junk.
That doesn't sound so bad.
We could maybe sell the horns.
Yeah, we'll see them.
Well, I don't have them.
You don't have them.
My donkey stole them.
Your donkey
stole
What
them.
Well, the robbers were all running around, hopping up and down, shouting at each other. But that isn't what the traveling musicians thought was happening.
Why, it must be a party. They's up singing and dancing round a table.
Yeah, look what's happening now.
What was happening was that Lard Pork had grabbed Mordecai in a big bear hug and was squeezing like crazy. But that isn't what the traveling musicians thought they saw.
There's the mama giving her sweet little child a big love hug.
Right now, TR stands for Tender-Hearted Rooster.
A family together, the four of them one.
Come on, let's go meet these wonderful folks.
Right. Now we gets to show what fine traveling musicians we is.
How do we do it?
Why, we gonna play for this fine family. After that, they'll be so grateful they'll invite us in.
They'll give us food and a place to sleep by the fire.
Now, I'll tell you what. TR, Catgut, you sneak around to the side door.
Right.
Me and Rover Joe go up to the front door, and then we'll surround them with music.
Great.
When we're each ready, we'll give a call.
Good. I'll bray.
I'll howl.
Crow?
And I'll meow.
And then we'll play old music fit to beat anything.
Now, while the animals were getting ready to surround the house with music, the 4 robbers inside were not really in the mood for a hoedown. They'd stopped fighting, but now they were worried about other things. Oh, what time's she getting to be, Caleb?
Just coming up on midnight.
Midnight? We's in the swamp at midnight on a full moon?
Just shut up, Mean Floyd. Now let's finish up here and get home. I'm hungry.
Yes, so's the swamp demons.
How's that?
Along about midnight on a full moon, old swamp demons come a-pawing and a-clawing and a-zuckering out of the mud and the bogs, licking their chops and a-looking for supper.
Oh, yeah?
They do?
Think they're coming this way?
I sure do. And just then, the animals gave their shout. And then the robbers gave their shout. Swamp Demon! And then the animals tried to get into the house, and the robbers tried to get out of the house, and then someone set the lantern to swinging so you couldn't hardly see anything right, and people started running all around, and there was a lot of tripping and falling and stumbling and shoving, and a little bit of kicking and hitting, until finally the robbers ran off into the swamp and were never seen again.
Now I wonder who they were.
I don't know, but I'm glad they runned off.
Yeah, but the nice family runned off, too.
Our beautiful family. I guess those bad guys scared them off.
They sure did leave a lot of stuff behind, though. Look at them hams and oats and corn and sweet taters.
And gold and silver and diamonds and pearls.
They sure did leave a lot of stuff, all right. Somebody should really guard it all for them till they get back.
Fine idea, Leroy.
I know we kind of planned to be traveling musicians and see Bremen town, but maybe we better stay right here instead and wait for our wonderful family.
Fine. Let's stay, honeys. Besides, we make a pretty nice family ourselves.
And you know, that's just what they did.